So basically, there's 3 maintenances that this has. So one is the 25-hour, the initial 25-hour, which all it is an oil change the oil filter, and then check the valve clearance. So, and we'll do that today. And then there's a 200-hour, which is an oil change, oil filter, air filter, and spark plugs. And then there's a 400 every 400 hours. It's the same thing plus the valves. So you only do the valves the initial 25 hours, and then every 400 hours after that. And then what we're selling to our customers is an annual maintenance plan. So it's going to be 1 visit per year, and basically what it encompasses is you're going to come out, we'll wipe down the exterior of the unit with a detergent cleaner, something spray bottle like 409 simple green in a spray bottle, something like that. Then wiped out the inside. Then we're going to you make sure that all your little louvers and stuff, nothing's blocking them and stuff. And then you're going to check for oil leaks in the bottom of the unit. We're going to check and then use your spray bubbles, and we'll check the gas connections in the back all the way up to the unit for leaks. And then we check the battery voltage. And then basically we'll change the oil, the filter, and the air cleaner. And then we'll run it and do a transfer check. So the hardest part of this whole thing is operating the menu. So what we're going to do is, so I got the book that they give you in the class. I have electronic version. So I'm going to email it to Brian, and we're going to figure out how to get it uploaded to where y'all have access to it. Because like just to access the dealer options in the menu. So you'll come up here to your thing, you got it off. You'll go, let's see. You hit escape, and then you'll get this comes up. And then you just arrow over till you get the sub menus. You hit enter. Then here comes the fun part. Then you're going to go to the dealer. So when you're here, let's see, go back. You got to do this thing here. So you're going to go up, escape, down, up, escape, up, enter, then press dealer. And then that's going to allow you into the dealer display. Then display. So when you get into the display, whether it's running or not, you'll be able to go through your voltages. So like right now it says the battery voltage is 13.9. Charging status, it's charging because you have your 110 coming into it. Run hours, you're at 24.5. And then that's where you'll go to your run hours, and then that way you can write it down on your work order, in your notes. So then that way, so what'll happen is if it's under warranty, then some of this stuff will become warranty work. So they're going to want to know the current run hours on the machine. And then like if it's running, it's got output volts, we're at 0 right now. Frequency, we're at 0. Engine speed 0. And you can run through them and check all your parameters is all it does. And then to get out of it, you just hit escape and escape.
So to take care to document that, you just want to take pictures of it, or?
I mean, you can. I mean, that's how y'all normally do it, is with pictures, right? Makes it easy.
Upload it to service side.
Yeah. But that would be the annual thing. So it's pretty simple. So what we'll do is we'll do the valve clearance first, because you want it to be cold. You don't want to try to do that stuff hot. So basically the procedure is going to be, we're going to take this off, this plate here off. It gives you access to the fan, because you'll need to spin the fan in order to rotate the pistons up and down. So take that panel off, then you'll disconnect your spark plugs. Well, first of all, let's do it the right way. Pull that out. And then this, let's see, where's it at? So you take the fuse out, and then you disconnect the blue wire, the plug. This is the battery. This is what charges the battery. And then without this, you have no chance of this thing coming on while you're sitting there playing with the damn pistons. So Got that out? Yeah. And then I would just check your spark plugs. In the book, there's a spot where they have spark plugs and it'll show you all the different, if it's running too rich, running too lean. So
These spark plugs.
yeah. Yeah, so you have so this is a V-twin. So you got 2 pistons, 2 spark plugs. Boy, look at you go, Robert. Basically what you got to do.
Have something snug.
So spark plugs. I need a pano strap.
What?
A pano strap.
You want a candle strap?
Yep. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, I got one. So you can either use like a long straw. If you get one, get like a long straw from QT or wherever. And what you can do is you basically, all you're gonna do is stick it in here. So, and all this is so that way you can tell when you get the top dead center with the piston. So how it works is, this is your intake valve, this is your exhaust valve. So we'll take this off and we'll spin the fan, and you'll watch this one. The intake goes down, and then it'll come back up. Then the exhaust goes down, it comes back up, and then you're going to take the intake back down. And when it gets fully down, then the piston will be at top dead center. And then these will come real loose. You want both of them loose, and then that's how we'll check the tension or the gap. Gracious, gotta rip this damn thing apart.
I'm talking about Randy.
Yep.
That's a precision wrist turn right there, dog. You see the clank on that?
So here's your fan in the back. And you see the exhaust valve starting to go down now, and the intake's coming up. So what's going to happen is now this piston's going to start going back down.
So it's going to fight you all the way, isn't it?
Oh yeah. And then, so now intake is starting to close. And we just go. All right. And see how they're both loose? So then, where I was talking about, it'll show you different pictures of the spark plug. So you can see A's what it's supposed to look like, and then it'll some indication. And then, so everything is a test or a problem in the book. So for your check the adjustment of the valves, it's called test 63. It'll explain it. It'll give you notes like 2019 and newer units with the 816 cc. You do not have to do this. They have hydraulic lifters. So it says engine should be cool before checking the valve clearance. Verify your piston's top dead center. Use a small non-metallic object pano strap, since they're always in the van. Or if you get like a big straw. And then it'll tell you, like, so you got the 426 cc, which is 10 kilowatts. The 9 through the 10, you use this procedure. And then like this one, the 530 through 999 cc, which is, we got the 999 cc, you'll follow this one. So what I would do, and the valve clearances, and these have your torques if we have to make an adjustment, but let's see. I would assume that you do not. But in the very front of the book, it has like consumption rates, it has stator winding values that if we have to troubleshoot and stuff, has all your torques. And then here you find your 999 cc, which is the 16, 17, 20, 22, 24, and 26 kilowatt generator. Number of cylinders 2, approximately 1.9 quarts of oil with the filter change. It gives you the part number for your spark plug. It tells you your spark plug gap. And then your valve clearance, 0.002 to 0.004. So what I would do is I would get your 004 and try it. because that's the max it can be. See, like that's, so this one's probably good.
Just want it to be able to slip in snugly right there.
Yeah, you just want it to, I mean, that's actually, as long as it's got resistance on it. You don't want it to snatch it and hold it, but you don't want it just to be flopping around. Like, so that one's too tight. So we'll probably go with the 3.
How's you feel?
Yeah, see, there you go. See, this one's probably, and just see how loose that is. But the 4 is perfect. So so you're within tolerance. So I wouldn't mess with it.
How would you make an adjustment if you need to?
Okay, so if you have to make an adjustment, what you're gonna do is you get so this particular one, it's the 10 millimeter Allen wrench. So basically, 13 millimeter wrench on your lock nut, you would loosen it, right? And then then you use this and tighten it, closes it, loosen it, makes it looser. Gotcha. And then once you get it where you want it, hold this, and then you'll torque this.
Gotcha.
And then those torque values are back there in that test 63. So test 63, so would be 174 inch-pounds is what you would torque the nut to. So, and I'm pretty sure I know we have a set down there that we use for the mini splits. So it has the open end claw feet. If you don't, let me know. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through and for your maintenance thing, we're gonna build 2 toolkits. Because we can do them pretty inexpensive. And we probably do it for every service tech. And then that way you would always have it on the truck. So that way you're not having to run back and forth to the damn shop and waste your valuable time, because, you know. So then all you do is you duplicate this for the other side. And then you'll torque these back down. So like when you go to do the 400 maintenance, we'll provide new gaskets to replace them if you need to. But for the 25 hours, you're never going to need to replace them. Now, if for some reason you don't have a filler gauge, pull out one of your business cards. That works. So.
But they could be in the toolkit.
Well, they're going to be in the toolkit. But, yeah, but you can use a business card. So. So that's that one. So what we'll do is, because we're going to try to make this quicker for y'all, I'll do the other one after we get done. So there's that part. Now, so check battery voltage. You got to have the fuse pulled, and you got to have your battery charger wire disconnected. Because otherwise, when you go to check it, it's going to always say that it's fully charged. So you put it on volts DC. One on the black, one on the red. We're at 13.16. So as long as you're 12.3 or better, the battery's good. When you get below, if you're like 12.2 or less, then there's a procedure in there to do a battery test. And basically you won't be able to check the conductance of a battery because we don't have a conductance tester, and we're probably not going to put one on every truck. So it might be something that we get and we put one in each shop. So if you have to, you can check the battery. But the easiest thing to do is, the battery's bad, tell the customer they need it and have them buy a new one. So.
The battery is something that we're going to end up selling?
Yes. Yep. And to be honest with you, And I'll list the 2 batteries that you can use. That we just bought this at, I think y'all bought it at O'Reilly's or something at the auto parts store. Yeah, this is just a car battery. So, but that's that. Boom. And then the oil change, need like a bucket, small bucket, pail, something. But here, I'll just show you what we're going to do, and then I'll do it. So basically, all you do is you pull this loose, and then you just open this up with your valve, and then you just drain the oil. You close this up, you stick it back in here, and then I'd put a couple rags under here. Take your oil filter off, discard it, get your new oil filter, put a little bit of oil on the seal, hand tighten it on there till it's tight, and then go 1/8 of a turn. That way you won't need a wrench the next time you come to do it. And then that does that. And then you already know how to spray bubble for leaks and stuff on your gas lines coming in. The biggest thing that you're going to notice when you go to houses to do this for the first time, and we didn't install it, is kind of look and make sure that it meets all the requirements. Big ones are, it's got to have a flex fuel line going between the line coming in and the line coming out of here. It has to have a flex because of the vibration. That's code. Don't make it down where you're at. And then, you know, like when we go to troubleshooting stuff, if you start having like engine sputtering and this and that, then the first thing to always look at is get in the book and make sure that the fuel lines are the proper size. Because even though it's only three quarters coming out, more than likely it needs to be 1.5 inches right there at the flex. It's not about flow. It's all about volume, what you can get to the machine.
Is the mindset behind the flex line needing to be there that it's more prone to leaks if it's hard pipe because of vibration, or?
Yes.
Fresh fry.
Yep.
Gotta have a ground wire too, right?
Yes, you got it, and it's got to be grounded. We're selling all of our generators with the disconnect. You're going to go to some houses where they don't have the automatic, they have a manual. So the manual kind of looks like the same, except for it don't have. And there's 2 books. So one book covers the generator, which is the thick one, and then there's a thin one. All it covers is this automatic transfer switch. And just like with HVAC, this is always going to be electrical, and it's always a control wire because you have a ton of them. Naturally. So basically, I don't know if y'all were out here when they were hooking this thing up, but how it works is you got main power coming to the meter base, right? And then from the meter base, you got your power coming in. Then you got power coming out of here, going to your circuit breaker panel. You also have the power wire coming here. So the automatic, and then I would turn this off when you're out there working on it, just to be safe. So everything kind of runs. So, we'll get into troubleshooting when y'all start having like big issues and stuff. We'll just call, I'll come up. But there's certain ways you can run through this real quick, and you'll know in 5 minutes what's bad in a transfer switch. But these are like little servos, use 24 volts. And then it'll pull it up, and then what it does is, that's how you get the 220. So in one position, it's 110 on one side, 110 on the other, but that's all you're getting, and that's what's powering the generator. And then when the generator kicks in and the transfer switch pops, then what it is these 2 servos are shifting, and then that gives you the 220, which then will send all the power to the house, to the circuit breaker panel. But you might come across it where it doesn't have this, and what you'll see is you won't see none of this. All you're going to see is like a little box with all these wires, and then it's got a little lever, You stick it in there and up or down, depending on if you want. So that way, so when you go to check it, you'll make sure it'll be off when you get out there. But when you get ready to do a transfer, then you'll want to manually transfer it, shift it with the generator running, and then make sure that you got power, that is power in the house. But that's if you start having electrical problems. If the customer says it don't work, blah, blah, blah. So that's that. The keys, what they tell you to do is they tell you to give the keys to the customer when you install it, because they can lock that cabinet to keep people from messing with it. Let's see what else. The oils, 10W is 5W20 oil is what we use. You can use regular automotive oil. I would synthetic. When we get Gen service set up and everything, and we're getting everything from Generac, then it'll be Generac 5W20 oil. But if you don't have any on the truck or whatever, and the auto parts store is closer, or Lowe's, whatever, just go get it. It ain't gonna hurt it. So, any questions? It's pretty simple. And you know how to, and then basically you start it in manual. Make sure your transfer switch is off. You got your fuse and everything plugged back up. You just hit manual, the unit's gonna start. So when you do your oil change, you'll start the unit for 2 minutes, shut it off. That way the oil is running through the thing and it's warmed up, and it'll be a lot quicker to drain. Other than that, I mean, that's it. It's pretty simple. And we probably could have done it all. And you can do it all of that, like a 400 hour, you can do in an hour. You document it is very particular. It's like you got to have and here's where you get your model number, serial number, and all that. Tells you what type of controller you have. Eventually, we'll probably have to change a controller. This is the controller. It's under this panel. It has 3 different color dots. You have a white, which is Gen 1, and then you have a green or a yellow. Those are Gen 2s. If it's green or yellow, you can interchange those controllers. Gen 1 and Gen 2, you cannot interchange. So, but yeah, as you run through it, then what we'll do is I'll show you how we document it and everything. So then that way, when we send a warranty claim off, they say they pay within 30 days. So we'll see. I mean, they're pretty big, so I don't, but we know how warranty goes. Anybody got any questions? All right.
Good job, Randy.
Yeah, well, I'll finish this up. Y'all have fun. Be safe out there today.
Thank you, brother.